It began with a strange signal, one that defied all known rules of communication. Humanity had long been sending out exploratory probes, listening for signals from distant stars, hoping to make contact with other life forms. For centuries, astronomers had scoured the cosmos, expecting to hear the expected: sequences of prime numbers, patterns of advanced mathematics, signals designed by minds more intelligent than their own. But this time, they intercepted something entirely different. The signal came from a distant part of the galaxy, one that no one had thought to explore. It was faint at first, barely detectable. But when Earth's deep space observation stations began to hone in on its source, they were shocked to discover something utterly alien, an encoded message unlike anything they had ever encountered. Instead of mathematical formulas or a string of binary code, the signal was made up of stories, vivid, complex narratives filled with symbolism, mythological references, and metaphors. No other species had been able to decode it. For the longest time, it was dismissed as an anomaly, an accidental cosmic radiation. The other galactic civilizations, who had spent centuries developing advanced computational systems, tried to decipher the signal, but they quickly gave up. It didn't make sense. The universe, they believed, spoke in the language of logic and numbers. Stories had no place in interstellar communication. But humanity saw it differently. Humans had always been storytellers. From the earliest cave paintings to the epic poems of ancient cultures, from the oral traditions passed down through generations to the novels of modern times, humans understood stories in ways that no other species could. It was a part of their very nature. As the signal was broadcast across the galaxy, a small team of Earth's brightest linguists, historians, and cultural scholars gathered, tasked with understanding what the signal might mean. Dr. Nora Kane, a linguist who had spent years studying ancient Earth texts, was the first to realize the significance. The signal's structure wasn't entirely random. It had an almost ancient quality to it. She began to recognize patterns, symbols, and themes that echoed the myths of Earth's oldest cultures. This wasn't a message from a distant alien race. It was a message encoded in the very language of storytelling. The signal itself was a tapestry of mythical creatures, impossible landscapes, and timeless quests. A story of the stars, of creation, of destruction, of renewal. It spoke of a great cosmic disaster, an impending cataclysm that could ravage the galaxy, one that was foretold by the ancient beings who had sent the signal. But there was hope. Hidden within the stories, within the allegories, was a clue to prevent the catastrophe. The signal itself wasn't just a warning. It was a map, a guide, woven into the fabric of human understanding. As the decoding process unfolded, more experts were drawn into the project. They realized that the symbolisms in the message mirrored the old legends of Earth. The ancient Greeks spoke of gods who controlled the fates of mortals. The Egyptians built their pyramids to align with the stars. The Norse spoke of Ragnarok, the end of the world, and the rebirth that followed. All of these myths, it seemed, had some cosmic truth to them, embedded deep within the human subconscious. The signal was an intricate web of cosmic archetypes, meant to resonate with the human mind in ways that no other species could understand. Dr. Kane and her team worked tirelessly, creating charts and diagrams, cross-referencing the stories with the star maps. What they discovered was nothing short of astounding. The signal stories weren't just random. They were tied to real cosmic events. The legends spoke of celestial bodies, of specific constellations, and of ancient cosmic forces that govern the fate of galaxies. They found references to the star systems where these events would take place, and it became clear. The disaster was real, and it was coming. A supernova, the collapse of a massive star, would trigger a chain reaction that could tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. But the signal also described a ritual, a series of actions that could prevent the cataclysm. The stories contained the instructions on how to stop it. The discovery sent shockwaves across the galaxy. Humanity, the species that had once been dismissed as primitive, was now the key to preventing the end of everything. The ancient alien civilizations, once so certain of their superiority, now turned to humanity for help. It was no longer about technology or power. The galaxy's last hope lay in human understanding of mythology, stories, and symbolism, things that had always seemed inconsequential to the other species. Humanity's unique perspective on the world, honed over millennia of storytelling, had given them the key to unlocking the universe's most ancient secret. The mission to prevent the cosmic catastrophe was launched. Humanity's best ships and scientists traveled to the precise coordinates indicated by the signal, following the clues laid out in the ancient tales. They followed the rituals described, activating ancient technologies hidden among the stars, and slowly but surely, the cosmic disaster was averted. It was a long, arduous journey, one filled with twists and turns, some of which seemed to defy logic. But in the end, the stories had guided them to success. The galaxy was saved, but humanity's place in the galaxy had changed forever. The other species looked at Earth with newfound respect, realizing that sometimes, the most powerful force in the universe wasn't technology or advanced mathematics. It was the simple, yet profound, power of storytelling. Humanity had saved the galaxy, not through weapons or machines or superior intellect, but through stories. And in the end, it was the stories that bound the galaxy together, giving meaning to the stars and ensuring that the universe would never forget the lessons of the past.